All right, guys, this is I want to do an example of the die ranks. I want to show you an example. So this is like, I'm playing the music just to test it out. Hope it doesn't get too annoying. Let me go down a bit. Let me just go straight. Okay. So this here is the die ranks. Okay, the die ranks, as you can see, this is the die ranks is everything I use for upgrades, like skill. This is the skills, like the profession skills, the skill upgrade skills, whatever it is. It's all combined to die ranks. You could get a blessing, you could get high ground, you can use the inspire die, you know, your skill will upgrade the die ranks, and gear will upgrade the die ranks. Okay. And so the first 5 are very easy. It's just D4, D6, D8, D10, D12. Then obviously after that, you got to loop it around and put it in groups. So the next 5 is going to be a 1D12 and then the series of dice again. And then the next 5 is going to be 2D12s, you know, and then the series of 5 again. And, you know, it's just divisible by 5. So if you have 13 die ranks combined with all the factors, you know, you're going to do like a sniper shot or something, then with the blessing and a sniper rifle and the scope, you got a new scope, you're setting it down on the tripod, you're aiming, you're waiting, you're ambushing, you know, whatever it is. You know, and those, what I like about that too is that all those descriptors become die ranks. Then I can say the target has its die ranks for defense, right? It's in cover, it's driving down the road, it's you know, it's in a vehicle driving along the road. Are you going to shoot the vehicle or the person? I'm gonna shoot the person. Okay, so then they get that cover, you know, blah blah blah. They got their own armor, but they're unaware of me. Well, that's true, but they're just moving straight, you know, they're not standing there, they're not standing still, right? So I can add these die ranks and then roll that and add it to the defense. But anyway, so let's just say the 13 die ranks. Okay, without even looking at the chart, 13 divided by 5 is 2 D12s, and then 3 remainder, so that's D8, right? Just like up here, 1 through 4, D4, D6, D8, D10. So 13 here is 2 D12s and a D8. Okay, so that's your dice pool. What does that mean? That means you roll those and keep just the highest number. Okay, so that's how that works. You also roll your D20, and I'm gonna show you an example here, and your whatever trait. You always get the D20, this is a D20 game, you always get the D20 plus your trait, which is the ability score, you know, strength, dexterity, whatever. I have prowess, awareness, some others. So awareness is for aiming, and then prowess is for melee fighting and combat. So you always get a D20 plus a trait. The die ranks come in when you have skills, gear, you know, you can be persuasive on what you think are other bonuses that become die ranks. What I love about this system is that instead of it being a constant number like these here, you know, I get a +7, I go +8, +10, that becomes like overpowering pretty quickly. Whereas when you have the die ranks, it sort of smooths that out, you know, into a bell curve and kind of averages it out so that you're gonna get a medium number, but then you can get a low number or you can get a high number, you know. So that's what I love about this. It solves the whole, for me anyway, like we all love characters with levels from 3rd to 8th level, but then after that it gets too powerful and unwieldy, and you know, everyone admits to that. So this is a way of, for me personally, solving that. It's a little harder to grasp at the beginning, so that's definitely a problem with the sell of this. But once you do get it, you can kind of just play with it and keep going. And the characters, so they have, like I said in other videos, they have characters that are like, they've played now 80 episodes, and if someone new comes in, not a problem. At first, you know, first levels or whatever, they can still contribute, and they're not going to get wiped out by, you know, I have to do super demons now against them. I can use pretty much the same level of bad guys as I did from the beginning. I don't have to like continually make up higher level dudes. You know, obviously I do make more and more complicated stuff, but it's the story, not necessarily the creatures themselves. So let me go to a character real quick here. Let me go with Huel. Huel has let's just go with this laser gun right here. Laser gun. He's got a +2 to awareness, which is the basic for aiming and shooting, and then he has 2 die ranks in his skill. Okay, so that's a D6. So let's roll that real quick, just show you what this looks like. I'm just going to show you the numbers. So he's going to roll this. Now I haven't put any gear or any other factors, just the basic roll. And then he rolls this. Okay, and then, you know, you pick the highest number, or well, there's only one number. So 9 and 5. So you got a 5 plus 2, 16. Let me get one where it's a really high number. I think there's someone in here that might have that. Let me see. he's got the maximum D12. All right, well, so the way this would work then, if we saw a dice pool happen, he's got 3 diamonds here for laser gun. So the way this would work, I'll go back to the same guy. Let's just say then that he gets he's taking a shot and he's nervous and okay, 1, he doesn't move, so he gets aim. That's another die rank. Okay, so let's start with 2 with his skill. He's aiming now. So aiming is a thing. So if he didn't do any maneuvers on his maneuver turn, he gets a maneuver and an action. He gets an aim. There's 3. What else? Let's just say he's got an awesome gun. Let's say that's 2 ranks. Okay, he's got 5 now. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know if he has one here. Oh, ammo can have die ranks, like they're better ammo. So I'm gonna just you got I don't know, bullet piercing or tracer fire ammo, whatever. I could literally, that's a cool thing I can add in here. That one's 2 ranks. Let's just say he's got some really good stuff. So it's 7 right there. The clergy decides to bless him and gives him 3 ranks. So now we got 10. And then let's say he decides, I gotta hit this guy. So the guy has a high defense or whatever, is covered or whatever. 2 more die ranks he puts in as inspired die. So that's 12 die ranks. And most of the players will usually get to the 5 or the 10. So they get the first D12, and then if they can get to the second, they'll get a second D12. So a lot of them will just put in blessings or inspired die that get to them to the next D12, instead of going to the next D4, like in this list here. Let me see if I can move this. All right, let's make this. The character sheet's in the way. Okay. So as you can see here, if he's got like 14, I said 14 die ranks, which is pretty good. It's a D12, D12, D10, right? A lot of characters will, once they get to 5, they're not going to give them any more or spend any more just for 6, 7, or 8. Unless they can get to 10 and then they get 2 D12s, and a lot of them do not like it when they're at 6 die ranks, which is fine, whatever. But it's D12 and a D4, because you keep the highest, so the D4 is not that great. But it could help against if the D12 is a 1 or a 2, So there's that. But let's just say he's got 14 die ranks. So what's 14 die ranks? Well, divided by 5 is 2, remainder 4. So 2 D12s, and a remainder 4 is a D10. Okay, so that's easy enough. Right? Okay, so that's his shot. And when I'm talking about die ranks and doing a shot, that's usually when something like really important they need to shoot. A lot of times they just quickly throw out their shots. But I'm talking about like when someone, we got to hit this guy last turn, everyone else is dying, and so they're trying to like get together, that's usually when that happens, when they start putting die ranks together. But I'm just showing you as an example. So that example would be, I actually have I don't know if you can see this. I actually have a tool now to put the die ranks in, but basically this is kind of a handy little thing here I have here. So D12, and then what did I say, 14? So that's a group. If you had 14 die ranks, first 5 is here, second 5 is here, and then the 4 left over, remainder is a D10. And then his trait of aim is a 2. And then he doesn't have any holy or power dice. Holy and power dice are like an upgrade thing, and then they have a separate die, which is even more powerful. So that's like for high level cool stuff where you've got something like a power sword or a holy sword. They combine on a second die like this and get a bonus, but he doesn't have any, so we'll just do 0 there. And I'm gonna roll it. It's gonna roll the D20. This is, by the way, a little script I did using Chat GPT. I had him help me put it together, and I did change it though. I did edit it a bit because I'm really good at doing a lot of different things, figuring them out. I'm really good at that, except how to make money. Other than that, I'm kind of a little bit of a genius on just figuring things out, whatever it is, scripting, painting, arting, music, whatever. But just don't know how to make money. But other than that, I'm really good at stuff. Okay, so let's roll. Oh wow, that messed up. What? Come on, man. Oh, this isn't even the right. That's really weird. Why would that not work? This is I know why it didn't work before. I thought I fixed it, and that should have been fixed. Oh, is it this one? No, this is not cool. Oh, okay, I fixed it in Dark Ages. I haven't fixed it in here. All right, let me just fix it real quick. I'll be right back. I gotta pause this and fix this. I thought they would, you know, look at the same macros, but obviously I'm looking at all this and no, this is separate. Let me do that real quick. Okay, my goodness, it took me forever to update these. Okay, and I have to make sure that the players can see it. This is so many little things to remember here. Man. Configure ownership. Come on. Okay. And this final one here. Where is this going? Just want to make sure that they can see it so they can load it up on their side and use these tools of mine. Now, granted, I've got these tools here, but so does every other freaking role-playing game out there, right? They've got tools they use, macros and stuff for their dice. But I just want to show you the basic concept here. So this is die rank. So I said 14 for, I think, it was like 10, 15 minutes ago because I redo all this stuff. 14 die ranks, let's say, for the, and I did this little script here. All it does is divide it by 5 and, you know, remainder. So, boom, and it copies it to the clipboard. Then I figured out. And you see down here on the right, D12, D12, and a D10. That's 14 die ranks. Okay. And I have this other little macro, and I'm going to make this, by the way, available on my website at some point when I just get everything organized. And you can email me and ask me for it, and I'll send it to you. That's no problem. If you're going to GM this, because this is the only thing it's going to be used for. So I have it copied to the clipboard, so you can now paste it there. So that's the 14 die ranks of the, let's say, that the character figured out for their shooting their gun or whatever. There's a gun. Now they don't have any holy power dice or nothing here. So this D12 and D12 and D10 is to keep the highest, right? It's its own little thing. This whole thing doesn't add to the D20. Only the keep highest adds to the D20. Okay. And the D20 roll. And also, you can have, you know, homebrews or whatever, but in the rules, if you roll a 7 or above, that explodes that dice. And so you can have like 2 or 3 dice with, you know, with 7 or above exploding and adding to the roll. Thusly, that's why they always want to try to get the ranks to be, you know, get the higher dice. Also, if you roll a 7 and you roll a fumble on the D20, which is really cool, that cancels the fumble. So that's really neat. That's a nice little, you know, they see the nat 1, no, but then, oh wait, you rolled a 7 on the dice pool. Whoo, you know, there's like that kind of neat little thing going on there as well. Okay, so that's how that works. All right, so let's, because you know, the better and better you get, you can actually avoid your own fumbles. That stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it. So this is just to show you what the dice look like. Wing. All right. So there's a D20. It's a 19. I'm not even looking at the thing. And the highest one here is a 4. See? So that's a 25. And I didn't put a trait bonus. No. Oh, I put a 2. So 24. I'm sorry. 23 plus 5 is a 25, which is what we got here. And that's how that works. I'm gonna do that again, just for the fun of it. There. Pop this up again. Same thing. That was in the clipboard, and roll. So, I rolled a 5. 2 7s, so it explodes. See? Now it's not going to show the 2 7s on the thing because I don't have that in the script. I can't figure that out. But and I made it in the rules so that the player has to see that there's another 7 there. So normally it's a 5 plus the highest here is a 7, so that's 12 plus the 2 for the trait, the aware trait. So 14. So we pretty much hit someone. I mean, they might have a higher defense than a 14, but you got the 7 here, so that explodes it to a 21. All right, so you definitely hit him there. See? Let's do it again. Same roll. Having fun shooting whoever. All right, so Control V because I have it on there. That's the 14 die ranks. All right, 5 for this one, 5 for this one, and 4 left over. Remainder is a D10. 2 for the awareness, and no holy or power dice. Roll. 14 plus 7, right? That's the highest one of those ones. So that's a 21 plus the 2 is 23. Okay. And 14 die ranks is a lot. That's a lot to play in the game. So there's that. Okay. What else? Let's say I'm trying to decide the difficulty of something. Like they want to, and there's three ways of determining the difficulty. Let me go to another fun map that I remember distinctly this happening. It's in the mines here. This one here. Oh, I don't have them. Let me see if I have the one with the characters in it, just for the fun of the story. Okay, mining operation. This one, I think. Here they are. So look, they fought a bunch of things. So see, they were traveling in this cart here, right? And they're going through the water, and you know this guy's fighting him here in the water. Okay, so what you do, you got three options here. One is just a 12 difficulty, like they want to do something, just beat a 12. You know, roll their maneuver, roll their prowess, if they got a skill in it. Water walking skill. You could literally come up with, I want a water walking skill because I know we live in a swamp world and I want to be able to traverse through the water. I'm like, okay, great. That sounds great. You know, you've been training to walk. You're used to walking through the water. You've got 3 die ranks in it or something. You know, you could do that. So let's just say, but basically, let's say they want to attack this guy. Oh, look, he's wounded here. That's a wound. And oh, real quick, if something is wounded, which is really scary in this game, the GM uses that penalty, not the players. The players roll normally whenever they do things. I, as the GM, will take their wound, if they have any, and then roll it and add it to my defense or the difficulty of something like that. And it's very like GM loosey-goosey, you know. If someone got shot and they got a wound, they're at -4 die ranks. You as the GM just decide when you use that 4 die ranks, which is a D10, you know, to their difficulty roll, whatever they need to roll against. Or to the I'll roll it and add it to the defense of the creature if they're trying to shoot it and they got this wound that's hurting them. Okay, but let's just say, you know, Mandevra here jumps out. He says, I want to jump out, go through the water and attack this thing. Whoa. You know, what do I do as a GM? How do I decide that? Very simple. You can, if you want to keep it simple, roll a 12, you know, beat a 12. Okay, this is more than a simple roll, right? This to me sounds like an extreme treacherous terrain, because jumping in the water, sloshing through, the creature's right there, flailing, giant, water rushing everywhere. First thing I'm going to do is he's got a armor save of D12 and a D4. That's his power armor. That extra D4 there is special power armor. It should be an asterisk right there, actually. Just to remind. Okay. But I will just take the D12. I'll take that D12. Check this out. I'll take the D12. I'm trying to determine how hard it is for him to get from here to here with this. Okay, so he's got to jump down. That's 1 die rank. Slosh through the water. 2, and it's deep. 3. Not like, but you know, deep enough. So I'm gonna say 3 there. The creature is flooding the water, so it's very sloshy and floody, right? Or whatever, waves and stuff. 4 die ranks. Okay. Dark. I know there's headlights. He has lights too, but it's not like a nice ambient light. It's harsh lighting. Okay, so that's 5 die ranks. So I'm gonna stop right there. I could go further, but so I now have 5 die ranks from his armor and 5 die ranks from my description there. See, and I'm coming up with descriptors based on the die ranks. So that's two D12s, right? 5 and 5 is a D12 and a D12. That's it. So I just roll that. Let's see here. I can do it with this one here. D12, common D12. I can just do that. Oops. And just roll that. And that, a 10. I picked the highest, 10. 10 plus 12 is a 22. For him to get across, needs a 22. All right, let's have him roll. He's all, oh man, I gotta do it. So let's just say he's up here. He's got the big power armor or hammer, so he really wants to get down, jump down, go across the water. He needs to be at 22. That is hard. See, so his armor affects his maneuver, which I really love about this. So the option is a 12 difficulty or a difficulty where you roll his armor save. That's a simple, you know, like if this was just him jumping off onto some dirt and running over, I would just do, okay, your armor, you know, I would roll the armor save and add that to the 12. But this is like water, blah, blah, blah. So I'm adding his armor and 5, you know, those 5 other downranks. Okay. But then the result I got was a 22. He's got to beat a 22. All right. What does he have for maneuvering? So he has power armor. So he doesn't have like any power armor gyro system, you know, but he could, but he doesn't. But he could have like, you know, 5 die rank maneuver gyros in the power armor. So that's what's great about this game is you can have all these bonuses and it doesn't kill the system. It makes the character slowly get better, but it doesn't overpower them when they have, you know, +5, +5, +5, and now they're at +15 for every roll. Okay, they still have a little dice pool averaging out thing they got to do. All right, so let's just say I'm going to use his prowess. You can use awareness or prowess, because prowess is like someone using their toughness to get athletically through something. Awareness is like someone using their ballet, you know, to get through something. So I'm using his prowess. Oh, he does have a +1 because of his power armor. So he does have that. Doesn't he? I wonder if he wrote it down here somewhere. He should have, but I guess he just notes it here. So I think, yeah, he's a +6 right now. He's a really tough muscle dude, and he's got a +1 for the gyros or the power armor. You could have other gyros, you know, too, but that's a rare one, but it's something you can still play with if you want. He got it from the Star Crusaders. Anyway, so +5, +1, so he's got a +6 there. Let's just say he's going to use up his inspired die. He really wants to get over there. He's really nervous. He's got to beat that 22. So three die ranks. Okay, right there. He's got that. He can spend that. So I can take that off. So he's got a +6, 3 die ranks. He's got blessings. Yep, right here, blessings. So he can bless himself. Dear Lord, help me get through this. I really need to get to him and kill this thing. You know. So so he's going to spend some faith points, and he's got quite a pretty good amount here. But let's just say he spends 5 faith points. He can spend 5. You know, he has more than that, but let's just pass through that. So he's gonna spend 5. I'm like, dang, dude, really? Yeah, I gotta bless myself and get here, man. You know, and he hasn't spent it on anything else. So, or he's probably got more than that, but whatever. 5 for that. So he's got 8 die ranks +6, 8 die ranks. Let's just stop there. 8 die ranks and a +6. All right, let me close this. So 8 die ranks is very simple. It's well, let me just, for the fun of it, put it in your little calculator, which you don't need, but I just want to show you. So it's, you know, it's just a D12, a D8, yeah, right there. So it's now it's copied into the clipboard. The D12 and a D8. D12 is 5, and then D8 is 3, right? So that's 8 die ranks. So I'm gonna put that in there, and he's got +6 because of his prowess is 5, and the power armor does have a +1 strength gyro thing going on there. Nothing else. So that's it. That's all he's got. No holy or power dice stuff. Here we go. He's got to beat a 22. Everyone's all nervous to get over there. And I'll explain what happens either way. Wow, everyone's freaking out. Nat 20, an 11, 31. What am I gonna do with that? Wow. First, as a GM, I'm gonna go, oh my gosh, and they're all like, woo-hoo. You know, and I like ask them, how you describe? I leap down, I get over there, blah blah blah. You know. So what am I going to do with the 37? Plus, it's a nat 20. You know, he's like, it's 37 plus a nat 20. And I said 22, right? So 22, the difference is 15. So half of that is 7 die ranks. See? So the 7 die ranks, I'm literally going to give to him to hit. But since he rolled a nat 20, I don't normally do this, like for regular games, you don't do this normally. You always give it to hit. But since he rolled a nat 20, this is my gift to him. He can use the 7 die ranks into hit or to damage, or split them up. However, he can use 3 for to hit and 4 for die ranks to upgrade his damage. You know, so he's gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, he's gonna totally add that in there. So that's what I love about the die rank. That's called a die rank result. When you get above, you know, when you do a maneuver and you get above the difficulty that I said there, I half that, and then that's the die ranks that you can then benefit. It could be a penalty too. Let's say he failed by that amount. And then he has -7 die ranks. What I would do is he got down, fell. I would maybe, you know, I'd probably say, and I can choose, I would probably do 4 die ranks of exhaustion, throw it on him. And then I'd give 3 die ranks to the creature as it turns and sees him sloshing slowly and stuck in the water, exhausted, and he gets to, you know, a bonus to hit. See, so that's the fun thing about die rank results. I can, you know, that's a fun, crazy thing about the maneuver. A maneuver gets a roll and your action gets a roll. If the maneuver is like crazy. If I just do a 12, like he just needs a 12 to get there, then I'll just do succeed or fail. I'm not going to do I mean, it depends, but for the most part. But if it's something sort of exciting and crazy like this, so it's up to you as a GM to decide if you want to use direct results for stuff like this, or if you just want to do pass or fail. It's really just a matter of pacing of the game, and just the epicness. And if you can just quickly interpret it, and you're comfortable with it. So that's how this game works, man. You can make the rolls pass or fail, or you can make them direct results, so that how much they roll by, they get like awesome, cool stuff happening using the die ranks, those results, and adding those bonuses or whatever to the rolls. And again, the more die ranks you throw at stuff, it's kind of okay. You're not going to get super overpowered. You still have a chance to fail. He could still roll you know, it's rare, but he can still roll a low d20 and a bunch of low numbers on the, and I've seen it happen, and it's hilarious, you know, and all those, the whole dice pool. So I love that. I love that you're the person, you know, in regular games, when you go up, when you're like 8th or 10th level, you only fail when you roll a nat 1, you know, kind of for the most part, or you have to go up against super gods or demigods, right? But in this game, you can still, I can still throw, you know, not like they can handle mutant rats, obviously, but I can still throw like just regular mutant bandit brigands and space pirates that are just regular at them, and they can still hurt them. They can still have a chance. You know, there's still a possibility. So okay, that's my. I'm gonna try just do a little more and more examples like this, but that's kind of my one example here. 3 options for someone describing some crazy maneuver. 1, beat a 12. 2, just take their armor save, roll that, add it to the difficulty. That's it. And then the third one, the more fun crazy one, is you take their armor save, those die ranks, then you add a bunch of die ranks based on everything you describe as being very difficult for them. And then you roll that as a dice pool and add that to the 12. So those are the 3 options that you can have in the game to determine what the difficulty is for someone doing something. And then you can have die rank results at the end of that to determine how well they succeed and, you know, what bonuses they might get or penalties they might get, or, you know, give to the bad guy or something like that. Okay, I hope that was semi fun to understand for you. We got a lot of games on here. We have a lot of fun, and we're Christians in this thing. There's evangelism and church planning in the game, but there's also, and it's biblically adherent, by the way, biblically adherent. Yep, creation science, biblically adherent. Even this, because what basically the atheists went around terraforming and did all these mutant things, genetically modified aliens, genetically modified, that all come from human DNA, genetically modified creatures that all come from Earth DNA. So that's the way I explain that for the fun of it here, and this way makes way more sense than all the humanoids in Star Wars and Star Trek and all that, all the alien humanoids. You know, they're all bipedal, they're all carbon based. How did that, you know, they all got 2 eyes? How does that happen in evolution and their randomness? Doesn't make sense at all. This totally makes sense with the interpretation that you see in Star Wars and Star Trek, and having humanoid type aliens everywhere. Okay, that's that. Thanks for listening. I keep forgetting to do this. I'm gonna do this right now. I have some books on Amazon, so if you want to go check these out, it's under my name, Ron Smorinsky, right there. Night of the Dead, Alfred, epic fantasy. It's very fantasy, but it's got Christianity, because the kid comes from Earth, goes to another planet. So there's Christianity in it. It's kind of like Narnia kind of thing. I mean, it's not like Narnia the story, but Narnia the sort of the concept of having another thing like that. But Night of the Dead, hardcore medieval armored dude in Hollywood, bunch of zombies, apocalypse, not a autobiography, but could be. Anyway, there's that, and then there's my games are there too, but I'm updating them, so I guess maybe hold off. I'm going to update these to have the new rule sets, but they're there if you want to get them, and I will make the rule sets available anyway, even if you get these. Same rules, I just cleaned it up. That's all. Same rules, same content. I just cleaned up the rules and streamlined it. But I'll put those in there, and I'll also have it as a free PDF to download, you know, for everybody. You can print it out. It's only like 10, 15. Well, I guess that's like 20, 30 pages of the rules kind of spread out, but the same rules. I just made them more fun to read and easier, bigger font, that kind of thing. Anyway, so there's my books on there. That's all I'm doing. YouTube, that's it for now. I'm going to try to do it on the Kickstarter at some point, I guess. But anyway, all right, so that's it. So I hope that this helped with understanding how to play this game. Game of life, roll holy dice, man. We got to keep doing it.